I reduced my social media use by 95% in 2 months. No, I didn't delete any apps. No, I didn't turn my phone into a damn phone. No, I didn't get a live phone, and I definitely didn't quit social media. I still use Facebook and Instagram, but I use them intentionally now, like checking in once a day or once every couple of days, instead of being stuck in an endless and mindless scrolling. In this video, I'm going to share the 3-step approach that I use that changed my relationship with social media, and that could work for you too. For years, I was using social media autopilot. I would pick up my phone without thinking, open Instagram or Facebook, and then suddenly 30 minutes were gone. And I couldn't even remember what I had just watched. It was really mindless scrolling all the time. And the crazy thing is, my screen time was 8 hours a day on average. 8 hours just on my phone, and that's not even including iPad and MacBook. But I never questioned it. I thought it was the new normal. Whenever I look around on the train or in the queues, almost everyone was on their phone scrolling. So I felt like I was just doing what everyone else was doing, and that was normal, right? But slowly it started affecting me. My attention span got worse. I'd be working on something, and before I knew it, I was on my phone and I didn't even remember when I picked it up. To be clear, I don't hate social media. I'm actually grateful that it exists because currently I'm in Singapore, but my parents are in Myanmar and my friends are now spread across the world, like Germany, Australia, Taiwan, Thailand, UK, US, everywhere, and social media is what keeps us stay connected. So I never really think about quitting social media at all. I just wanted to stop the autopilot and the mindless endless scrolling that's stealing my time and focus. And I realized something, that social media can be good and can be bad. It really depends on how we use it. It can be used to stay connected with the people we care about and online community that we share the same interests to engage in, or it can pull us into the endless scrolling feed. And that's what led me to this 3-step approach that changed everything. So the first step isn't deleting apps or going off grid. It was simply becoming aware of when and why I was opening the app. And that's when I installed this app called OneSec to add some friction and to ask me what are my intention to use the social media and how long do I want to use it for, so that I can set a time limit. The time limit is very useful. It's an emergency break to the doom scrolling, which is that's the only way to stop it, because it's very easy to get lost in the endless feed. From my research, it's also available on Android. Currently, I'm using on iOS, and it's free to use for one app. But for me, I have issue with 2 apps, which is Instagram and Facebook. So I need to pay for the pro version, which is 20 LTD a year. I just hope that they don't increase the price over time. In the first week alone, OneSec called me over 19 times on Facebook and more than 18 times on Instagram in a week, and that is 24 times a day. And that's after installing the OneSec. I'm pretty sure the number was much higher before installing it. Once I aware of a habit, there is a new problem pop up. What do I do instead? Because I used to fill my time with scrolling on social media, and all of a sudden it stopped, so I don't know what to do instead. I felt this restless, bored. There was an easy urge in my body that probably want to scroll, check what's happening in the world, keep up with the trend, and there's this FOMO that I kept thinking I'm going to miss out on everything. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was really a social media addiction withdrawal, and it was so bad. I was even checking Gmail, bank transaction, photos apps. Yeah, it was really hell. One thing that helped me to overcome this situation is implementation intention from a book called Atomic Habits. When situation A arises, I will perform response Y. So for me, the situation was the urge to scroll, and the response is my pocket notebook. So whenever OneSec interrupted me, instead of opening social media, I will pull out my notebook and write anything. Just random thoughts, ideas, notes about my day, just anything that comes to my mind. So instead of scrolling my life away, I'm documenting it. The last and hardest step is just simply enduring the discomfort. For the first few weeks, every interaction from OneSec felt very frustrating, and there was FOMO, because I used to read all the news, keep up with all the trends. But slowly that feeling faded, and I'm still here, alive and well, and I'm still in good contact with my friends. It's okay not to know everything happening in the world, and there's no need to know everything happening in the world. So I just pushed through all this discomfort, and after 2 months, I successfully break the habit of checking social media without me realizing it. Now I even barely remember to check social media at all. So what actually changed after these 4 months? So first of all, the time I open the social media has been reduced by 95%, which is 4 to 7 times a week. So it's once a day or once every couple of days. Secondly, my screen time has been reduced from 8 hours to 3 hours a day. That's 5 hours back every day. And I realized that actually I do have time. I was just trapped in a mindless scrolling. Thirdly, my attention span improved. I can focus on things longer now without that constant urge to check my phone. Also, I'm now way more comfortable doing nothing, like just sitting, standing, zoning out without the need to have the constant stimulation. I used to need to fill those seconds with scrolling, but now I can just stand there and like zone out doing anything. I still use social media, but I only check it like once a day or like once every couple of days. But when I'm on social media, I can still get lost in the endless feed most of the time, and that's when OneSec came to the rescue. Before I open the app, I set an intention for how long I want to use it. Usually I set it to like 5 to 10 minutes, and during that 10 minutes I will watch and reply the reels that my friends share, and if I got the time I will also scroll a bit. Once time is up, OneSec prompts me and I just close it. So now I'm in control of using social media and not the other way around. So if you feel trapped in a doom scrolling like I was and you want to change it, here are 3 steps that work for me. So number 1 is to create awareness, to use a tool like OneSec to add friction and to notice your autopilot habit. And number 2 is to replace that habit. Find a meaningful alternative for your trigger. For me, it was spoken notebook, and for you, it might be something else. And the last step is just to endure discomfort. For the first few weeks, it was really the worst. And after that, it was slowly getting better and better, easier and easier. And after like 2 months, I can successfully break the habit. Yeah, that's about it. If you have any question, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.